We're in it. We're back.
We're back. What's up, everybody?
What up?
I might sound a little hoarse.
Yeah, he sounds a little
Getting
hoarse.
over a cold.
Yeah.
I really dislike being sick.
It's not fun.
And usually for me, it's like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
Yeah.
This has been like, it started.
Well, I
in the
ran
middle
into
of the
you
week.
on Friday.
Yeah. And I started feeling bad like Wednesday, and I just thought it was sinuses.
Yeah. That's what it's been for me all week.
I just felt congested and everything.
Yeah.
And, I felt a lot of pressure. And then I went to work on Saturday as well and came home, and I'm just like, I feel like
that.
absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
And literally had to run Jen out real quick and came home and went back to bed.
There is another COVID variant making the rounds.
I mean, that's COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at a Lysol can from the 1970s, it says coronavirus on it.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not like it's new.
No, I know. I'm just saying that there's a highly transmissible batch of it making the rounds again.
Yeah.
So.
Which, and then the test, or not the old test or whatever, aren't going to pick up the new stuff.
No.
It's the new flu.
Well, it's just there with the flu.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's with us forever.
I mean, it's just a matter of time before they get a flu vid.
Yeah.
Fluvid.
Fluvid.
Yeah. Make sure you get your fluvid shot.
Don't forget to get your fluvids.
Do we want to get to a beer, sir?
Oh yeah, we need a fluvid.
Yes, we need a fluvid.
Should I grab one out of the fridge?
Yes,
that's downstairs.
Yes, I finally got the fridge downstairs.
Wow.
Moving the fridge down here, and changing a couple other things. It feels a little different down here now. Yes, it does feel good down here. There's some glasses on the top. Oh yes. So if you can't hear Connor, he's like, "Oh, I found 12 ounces of Quittin Time QT's or Quick Trip's premium beer," is what it says. No, I do not have a preference, sir. Quittin Time. All right, cool. Well, then that means we should probably save the My Block for a special, because I realize we have not done a special. We didn't do a special for May, and May's now over. So let's get into this.
I feel like this is
How about a beer?
Apt beer for just getting off work, roughly 20 minutes ago.
Yes, and it's only 4.3%. I bought it, and they're like, guys, like, have you had it? Have you had it yet? I'm like, no, I have not.
Yeah, I went to the Quick Trip off of 150 there by Transparent, and I just so happened to see. Or actually, it's the 19.2 ounce can.
Oh, damn.
And the guy's like, "Have you had one of these yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm shocked that they're here." He's like, "Yeah, I haven't had it yet either." I'm just like, "Cool." He's like, "Let me know how it is." I'm like, "Oh, sure thing, I will."
So, I mean, there's not a lot on it. It says brewed and canned by Marshall's Brewing Company, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's where they're headquartered.
Yeah,
in
their
Tulsa.
main
headquarters.
Yeah. Even though I feel like they originated in Kansas City area.
Yeah. The OG, I think, headquarter was in Mission, Kansas.
Yeah. But they still have a building in Mission, Kansas.
Yeah.
So, because
I lived right behind it for a
really?
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That weird looking brick building.
Yep.
It's a brick building.
Right off the 69 highway.
Hey-o.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. I need to get rid of the click.
Yeah, I like the click.
I like it, but at the same time, it's like,
I guess just
it
for
draws
this,
it out.
Yeah, for this, for what we need it for, the click is not necessary.
Or I need to go in and just like, cut out the gap between the click and the noise. Where it's just noise.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cheers, sir.
Cheers, sir.
I hope you start to feeling better soon, my friend. It sucks.
Oh, yeah. It is what it is.
That is a premium lager.
That is definitely a premium. I can, and no, I don't think I have COVID because I can actually still smell and taste stuff.
Yeah. The clarity really isn't there at all, which I'm fine with.
No, I think this is good. I like the coloring on it. It's got a little bit of
some of that. It's like sweet corn, kind of.
Yeah.
It just tastes like a beer.
It tastes like a premium, old school premium lager, I guess.
It tastes like what I feel like Budweiser should taste like.
Oh,
like Bud Heavy, you know? Oh, we got the podcat in the house.
Yep. That tried to
kill a little bunny.
He's already killed one.
Yeah. Killer.
Because I'm laying there in bed because I called in to work today because I'm not feeling, still trying to recover.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Jen comes in. She's like, babe, I need to show you something. I'm like, oh, shit, what? And then she's like, I just rescued this thing from the cat. I'm like, why is there a baby bunny in our house?
See, my thought process is let nature do its work.
I mean, that's... Dude, bunny shouldn't have been in the yard.
Yeah. Sorry, rabbit. It was your time.
I mean, because she was asking me, she's like, do you think we accidentally ran over with the mower? I'm like, no, because I've done that before, and they tend to burrow down.
Yeah.
And unless you have a bigger, powerful mower, it doesn't just suck them up.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm like, that'd be bad because then it would be shooting out
Blood and guts and
stuff.
sinew and
Enough about that.
bones. Look at the bones.
Look at the bones.
It's got fangs.
You know what? Turnabout's fair play, because that bunny's got a what was the term? He's like,
It's got a main streak a mile wide.
That's what it was. Thank you. So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know, there's the killer bunnies out there too.
Yeah, there are.
And it's like, be careful.
As evidenced in the Holy Grail.
Yeah. And you know, they so much so they needed the holy hand grenade.
I remember the first time I watched that movie, I'm just like, I really don't know what the hell I just watched, but it was goofy and I want to watch it immediately again.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know if I've talked about this on the show before, but my youngest, I was just sitting there one night years and years ago, and I'm watching it. I'm like, you know what? I need something funny. Let me put this on. I'm watching it, and he was up in his room playing video games or something, and then came downstairs to get like another controller or batteries or something.
Yeah.
And then ended up standing there for like 10 minutes watching this. And then he's like, I need to go back upstairs. He's like, what's the name of this movie? I'm like, Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
It's such a good movie. I think it has, oh man, I'm trying to put that up there with movies for me that have had the most like replayability.
Yeah.
And I think that's up there along with Happy Gilmore. I've seen a lot of.
Oh, yeah. I've watched a lot of Happy Gilmore.
Obviously,
too.
The Big Lebowski. But yeah, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I feel like is probably the movie I've seen the third most in my life.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to know because I've watched Fight Club a lot.
Yeah.
I've watched Fifth Element a lot. I've watched The Pest a lot.
Oh, The Fifth Element. Yeah, God damn it.
I know I've watched Monty Python, Holy Grail a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comedy movies. Office Space.
Yeah.
You know, Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I've watched a lot.
Well, this is a conversation that Gina and I were having yesterday, and she never really was like a movie watcher growing up.
Clearly, as evident of the
all the
stuff
movies
you've
that
watched.
yeah. And I was just like, you know what? I think so much of, you know, people that I know, like you and Strunk and myself, who like quote movies.
Yeah.
Like, it was, you go to Blockbuster, you rent a movie on Friday, you try to watch it as many times as you can, get your money's worth, and try to beat a video game.
Especially
in a
if you can get it, you could be the first of your friends to get it.
Yeah.
Because then it was the what used to be water cooler talk type of stuff, like in school and stuff, like, you know, going between classes or like, hey, there's a break, or, you know, you're at recess or whatever.
Yeah.
Talking about, you know, what movies you watched and video games you've been playing and stuff like that.
Or being like, oh, well, if I get this movie, like, you can have a sleepover, or like I'll you know, you can borrow it this day, and then as long as I get it back by Monday to return to Blockbuster.
We're like, Mom, they actually have Super Mario Brothers. Can we get it and have a sleepover?
Yeah.
And then kind of find out that movie was not good.
No, but it's got a cult following.
It does. I enjoyed it. Although I know Bob Hoskins says
I think he hated it.
He absolutely
hated that
movie. Yeah. I know even Who Framed Roger Rabbit took a toll on him too.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that you're interacting with something that's not there.
Yeah. That movie holds up incredibly well.
That's a great movie. Still, yeah.
Like,
going back on Monty Python though, like they ran out of money, and that's why they ended it the way they did it.
Yeah.
You're like, which is an absolute cop out. So that's the joke.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
God bless you.
Yeah, thank you. And that's the funny part at the beginning of it, you know, like where they basically, like, you know, they do this fanfare intro, and they're like, that person's been sacked. The person who hired that person has also been sacked now.
It takes like that whole thing with the llamas and.
Oh yeah, it's like
Ralph the Wonder Llama.
Such a great movie. Anyway, What else have you been up to there, sir?
Oh, we celebrated Gina's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It is, as of we're recording, it is today, the 2nd, when it comes out this Friday. Well, it's the start of birthday week, birthday month. So we yesterday went to celebrate, since I worked today, Monday, and she also was working. Went to City Market. That was fun. Went to the Italian market inside of City Market.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Up in the corner.
Yeah, by the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Got some, fresh sliced prosciutto, some Italian, olive spread. It was really good. We made a sandwich. Had a little picnic at Luce Park.
Nice.
It was a beautiful day. Did you know that Luce Park has police officers on ATVs?
I believe it.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just how do you get that beat?
Yeah. Although you got to be careful with some of that type of stuff because you might have to deal with some. Because I know I had a cousin who did security for Westport, which obviously a much different area.
Yeah.
And
fuck Westport.
Ended up having to have his ear glued shut because some person tried to cut his ear off with a broken beer bottle.
Christ.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny. They were patrolling, and they were within earshot of us, and they're wearing helmets, so they're yelling at each other to communicate. And one of them's like, "Oh yeah, last week we had to stop a guy down there for exposing himself in public." And I'm just like, "Yeah, that sounds about right."
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. It's exposing or exposed.
And then this family, it was mom, dad, three young boys, and then an infant. And the dad and the two eldest were throwing a frisbee disc back and forth, and then so we're sitting, with their back to them, and they're so we're sitting like this, and they're throwing it that way, far away from us, and then eventually the dad goes and lays down, and the kids start throwing it in our direction.
Oh shit!
And I'm just I know what is about to fucking happen, and the thing, sure enough, it happened. They threw it, and Gina was facing me, and it hit her in the back.
Jeez.
And then I'm just "Hey, can you guys move?" And then the one of the kids started laughing. I'm like, "That's not very funny. It was pretty rude, actually." Didn't apologize. The parents didn't apologize. So we got up and left. I was pissed. I wasn't about to go over there and be like, "Hey, look, man, your kid didn't apologize. Maybe you should make him."
Yeah.
He just fucking hit my wife in the back of the head with a frisbee.
And people just don't care.
We were pissed. We're having such a good time, and then we're just well, time to leave.
Yeah.
But it was still a fun day. We ended up having some people over for her birthday, little fire pit action.
Oh, nice.
Little charcuterie board action.
Charcuterie board?
Charcuteries. Yeah, it was a good day.
The adult Lunchable board?
Yeah, it was fantastic. But that was kind of all we did this weekend. I did some, very exciting yard work.
I wanted to get some yard work done, but freaking literally did nothing Saturday afternoon, evening, and anything Sunday. I even tried to do some stuff Sunday, and it just...
Well, since we last talked, I got a new washer and dryer and a new fridge.
Oh, yeah.
So that's been fun.
Yeah?
Trying to figure out how to use a new high-tech washing and drying machine.
Sometimes there is stuff there's something nice about, the old school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just I know the setting, boom, walk away. Now it's it's the Samsung that goes do-do-do-do-do-do. It makes all the noises and shit.
Oh, mine will too, yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I have a Samsung one. So yeah, it definitely does that. Sorry, I'm pulling up some stuff here. Not trying to get off topic, but at the same time, I'm trying to segue into something else. I know, I thought I had something else on this, but I can't find it. But Daryl Doucette the third, who's the quarterback of the U.S. national flag football team, says flag football players deserve their opportunity to play for Team USA in the 2028 Los Angeles Games. And then there's a response that says the solution is very simple. The national football team versus the NFL flag football team in the Coliseum on July 4th of 2027 on ESPN. Winner goes to the Olympics.
I think that's a great idea.
I think that's a fantastic idea as well, honestly.
I don't think he's wrong saying that they deserve a chance to be on the Olympic team.
No.
But, if you want to know who's the best, then get the NFL flag team of like Tyreek Hill and whoever else is on it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, because flag football, there is a stark difference between the two.
Yeah.
Where there's certain things that you can do in flag football that
you can't do.
You can't get away with.
Yeah. And vice versa.
Exactly.
Well, because they don't wear padding in flag football.
No, they have the flags.
Yeah.
I mean, they're wearing mouth guards and stuff, which is, very important.
I loved flag football, playing that in like grade school.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I even played it a little bit in middle school. And because I remember one time me and my buddy who'd actually played football as well, we went up against this one team, and you're not supposed to wear jean shorts, but this one kid was wearing jean shorts, and then so he tucked in his pockets, and it was the suction cup flags. And so literally, like, we're chasing him down on defense, and all of a sudden I see his flags, and I'm like, his flags are tucked. So then we both just grabbed the cups and stopped, and the kid just went face plant. And like, the refs were like, nothing really we could do about it. Like, their flags were tucked, and they did the best they could.
Yep.
So, like, that's technically on you. So, we're bringing the ball back.
Yeah, don't be a dick, dude.
Yeah. So, I don't remember how we did. I didn't really care. It was just more about trying to have fun. I did see this interesting thing. You know, having used ChatGPT to come up with the names of the episodes, and actually the last episode, I almost tried to use it. It took way too long. But it would offer up to do an album artwork as well. I'm like, that might be cool. Like, kind of start using it, and based off of the categories that I put into it. Yeah. Well, I came across this thing. It's from Sports Spectators, and it says ChatGPT lists the top 20 greatest MLB players of all time, and number 1 they got Babe Ruth, and this is a pretty solid list for what it is
for ChatGPT.
Yeah, I think probably the youngest player on here, though.
It's probably Derek Jeter, I imagine.
Well, I guess Derek Jeter, and then Ken Griffey.
Yeah.
And they got Derek Jeter at 14 and Ken Griffey at 16.
Wow.
Barry Bonds, fuck off. He's at 17. You got Greg Maddux, which, I mean, I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah.
18. Rogers Hornsby.
I think that's the only person I'm not familiar.
Rogers?
No.
It's an older player name.
I'd imagine his name is Rogers, not Roger. So that's a weird.
Yeah. Because you got Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Ty Cobb, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, which I recently saw a thing that says, I think I shared it on here. It was like Ted Williams had more hits during World War II, where he also served, than so-and-so has in his 4-year contract.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lou Gehrig, Stan Musiala, Roberto Clemente, Jackie Robinson, Sandy Koufax, Joe DiMaggio, Bob Gibson, which that name escapes me. Yeah. Derek Jeter, Cy Young, Ken Griffey, Barry Bonds, Greg Maddux, Tom Seaver, and Rogers Hornsby. Which I'm trying to think of, like, all right, who should be on this list that possibly isn't?
Pete Rose.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
And I'm even trying to think of some like the old names that, I think if they would have had, it kind of makes me wonder.
I mean, I'd put Randy Johnson on there.
Oh yeah, the unit. Well then, would you put like Frank Thomas on there?
Yeah.
Johnny Bench.
Yeah. Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. I think his problem was his career wasn't as long as it probably should have been.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of wondering what ChatGPT took as the guidelines for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a great list. And it's very interesting to see how ChatGPT or some of these other AI services do this stuff.
Yeah.
And what it takes into context as far as figuring out stuff, because I know they have the whole new WAR system, which is like an overall number that then you can compare pictures to,
Oh, we were talking about this.
Yeah, I still haven't figured it out. I need to look into it a little bit more, but I haven't been able to figure it out or look into it much more. But yeah, I thought it was a very interesting article. Doom is just angry Halo.
Yeah, it is.
What was this one? There we go. Each team's longest hitting streak with their current city.
Are the Royals still, or are they the Athletics?
No, it's the Royals.
Okay.
I think it was George Brett. Yeah, George Brett with 30.
Yeah. Wow.
George Brett had 30. So obviously the longest one is, was it DiMaggio?
That's
Was 56.
Crazy. That's insane.
56 game hitting streak.
Consecutive? Wow.
Yeah, it's a very long.
That's unheard of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, something else that's unheard of that I took a screenshot of, again from Sports Spectators, is Carl Ripken Jr.'s Ironman streak will likely never be broken. Ripken played 2,632 consecutive games from 82 to 98.
That's just fucking insane.
Shattering the previous record of 2,130 games by Lou Gehrig. And it says no active player is even close.
Oh, fuck no. Hell no.
Because everyone
gets injured and sits.
Or just like
rests.
Takes breaks.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's the coaching staff that says, "Hey, you've been playing.
Yeah, you need to rest up.
We're gonna give you a break." You know what else is going on right now? We're getting ready to start happening. Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah.
So the last Stanley Cup final, and I didn't realize this last year.
It's a repeat of last year.
It's a repeat of last year. I didn't realize that. Because I've been trying to get into it a little bit more last year. So the Panthers, they're going for their third consecutive
That's crazy.
year, which, Tampa Bay did it the 3 years prior to that.
Yeah, that's insane.
So hopefully, there's this whole curse that gets talked about.
Yeah.
That, Canada hasn't won it since it's
been like 30
90s
years
or something like
right?
that, which is insane. So hopefully, the Oilers have been looking very solid this year. I just saw something else. It was, hold on, I saved it. Here we go. It says, I miss football so much. I learned who this is just so I can root against the Panthers. And it's the Oilers.
That's funny.
The Edmonton Oilers.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah. Now, the funny thing is, it says, here we go for a second time around. The Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers is the furthest distance between Stanley Cup final opponents of all time, and it's happening again.
That's crazy. 2,540 miles.
And the fact that they'll play one game, take a day off, go play. They don't do baseball. They do.
Yeah,
it's the best of seven. They do 2, 3, and 2.
Yeah.
They do a best of seven, but they do. I think theirs is 2, 2, 2, and 1.
Weird.
But they will take a day off in between the games as well.
Well, I mean, that's a whole fucking day of travel.
Yeah, but I saw it. Did I not save it? I thought I had saved it. Yeah, I got a bunch of pictures from work saved up here now too. It was something about the first game is June 4th, I believe. 3rd or 4th.
Uh-huh.
The last game will be the 20th or something like that. So almost all of June is going to be the Stanley Cup.
That's what I don't know. I understand a best of series, but goddamn, the Stanley Cup, the playoffs, we talked about this.
Yeah.
The finals and the Stanley Cup playoffs are it's 2 fucking months long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basketball is the same damn way too.
Yeah.
And I mean, hockey, I feel like I can understand a little bit more because it's a lot more aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's bigger than technically a basketball court.
Yeah. Yeah. It's faster.
Faster paced. So I just feel like there's a lot more being exerted.
Oh, for sure.
You
can't just have a best of one series in these games.
So I feel like basketball should run faster than hockey.
Yeah.
So I understand potentially the break in between, but then you have the whole travel day and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they have a travel day and then a rest day. It's not one and the same.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you're traveling, 2,500 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, it's only probably spanning 3 three time zones, it looks like. I think they might be mountain or something.
Where'd it go? I mean, it's hard to tell. So, but
yeah.
Because I mean, once you get them to Canada, their time zones are a little bit different as well. But I mean, you got Florida, and they're all the way over on the the
couldn't be further apart.
East side of Florida. I don't know. So it should be. I mean, I'm definitely rooting for the Oilers on it.
Oh yeah, me too. Let's go Canada.
Did you end up looking at this? I sent this to you.
You did. I don't know if I don't think I did.
You ever watched it? All right. We won't discuss it then. But it was, we've talked about Bohemian
Mashups.
Rhapsody, and like I saw it and I was like, oh man, I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of Ghost, but I know I've enjoyed some of their stuff.
Yeah.
And I know very iconic group now. And I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like I wanted to like it, started watching it, and I'm just like, this is not good.
Oh boy.
And
I gotta watch it now.
There was members of Queen there.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to watch this now.
I sent you the
I know.
video to it. And like even some of the comments are just like, man.
Just don't touch this at all.
And like I think he tried, but just maybe it was nerves, because that's what a lot of people were saying was nerves.
Was he trying to hit the high notes like Freddie?
No, I don't even think he was.
Oh.
So I'm just like, I think he tried to do it in his style, and I think it fell flat.
Have you seen obviously I haven't seen it, but it reminds me your reaction to, there's a video of the lead singer from Puddle of Mud trying to cover About a Girl by Nirvana on acoustic guitar, like in a Sirius XM thing.
Yeah. And
you can tell he's like really pouring his soul into it, but it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's a train wreck. Like you want to press pause, but you're just like, I gotta keep watching.
Well, that was the
this.
thing. Like I wanted to. I'm like, I can't watch this, and I'm just like,
but I can't.
But I can't not watch it. Especially when they keep cutting to the crowd, and I'm just like, okay, all right. I feel like I know who these people should be, but I can't think of them. And I'm just like, their face is saying a whole lot.
I cannot wait to watch this now.
So yeah, I came across this article. It was Ghost and Opeth deliver an epic Bohemian Rhapsody tribute at the Polar Music Prize.
Oof. Epic, huh?
It's
a choice. I
will say, like, in one of the comments, and I kind of agree with it, it was saying that, like, there was a choir that was a part of it. Like, they were okay.
Yeah.
But there was 4 guys doing, like, acoustic stuff behind them. I thought that they were great.
Yeah, the music was good, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think the music was good, and the harmonizing was good. The lead singer,
just not
good. And then they had a choir.
Yeah.
That obviously did the choir portion of it.
Yeah.
And I felt like that fell flat too.
Well, I'm excited. I saw, I think it's pre-order. I think it comes out on the 6th or the 4th, maybe. Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, really?
They did a show in the catacombs under Paris.
Oh, nice.
And like it's the first time that like I think a modern band or any band has ever like played down there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, I'm gonna buy that and watch it.
It's like, I always makes me wonder, like, how do people arrange that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, when you're Queens of the Stone Age, I guess you probably have the gravitas to be like, we're gonna do this.
Yeah,
France.
You would think like they still have to pay for that then.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm sure whatever. That's fuck you money to them. Like, they don't care.
At this point, yeah.
Like one of the biggest rock bands of the last 20 plus years. Like,
yeah, no, definitely.
But that'll be cool. I'm excited to watch that. Not even close.
No, here's a higher pitch.
Yeah,
I guess. I guess going back towards, actually, you know what? Let's keep it on music. You see this shit?
No.
There is, apparently they're doing a graphic novel, The Return of the Blues Brothers, The Escape of Juliet Jake.
Okay, interesting.
Like, I would be down for it just because I really do like, the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
And it has a forward by Dan Aykroyd on it. So like, I'm just very curious. And
Interesting.
I feel like that would be a collector's thing that I would be into.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
For sure. Because like, I talked about the Fromes and that's one of those movies that I've watched a bunch.
Oh, the Blues Brothers?
No, Blues Brothers.
Oh, 100%.
And like, I've gotten into arguments of people saying like, oh no, the Blues Brothers came out in 82. I'm like, no, it didn't. It came out in 80. They're like, how do you know? I'm like, because I came out in 82 and it's older than I am. And it's one of my favorite movies. It came out in 80.
It's one of the best musicals of all time.
I've had people literally look that up to disprove me. They're like, huh, I thought it was not as old as it is. I'm like, I tried to tell you.
Gotcha, bitch.
Like, you're seriously going to try and argue with me against movies?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'm always right, but
I know when I'm right.
I'm not very wrong when it comes to movie stuff.
Yeah, when it comes to especially a movie that like the back of your hand.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 103 car wrecks.
We're on a mission from God.
We're on a mission from God.
Don't you blaspheme in here.
We'll talk to Bob.
We'll talk to Bob.
All right. I think we need to get another beer here, sir.
Yes. I got you covered.
Yes, indubitably. Meanwhile, let me see. Like, I thought I had something else saved up here. Had to pet the kitty first. All right. This is what I can. Oh, nice. The Gator. I've had these for a little bit, so this is good that we're getting through.
Yeah, this looks good.
The Hellas Doppelbock from Abita, 8%.
That's a cool fucking can right there.
Oh yeah, no, they've been around for a while. And they have a mixture one that they do. It's like the Gator and Purple Haze, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It's a solid one. I think I've had it like once. Or maybe it's the Turbo Gator. The Turbo is their brown ale. And then the Gator is their Doppelbock. So, right.
Boom.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers. I came across this article, and this is how, like, we talked about Malört recently.
Oh, yeah.
Still need to go get that barrel-aged Malört.
I know. Oh, I was just there, too, this past weekend. I didn't totally, oh, my God. Damn it. It's okay.
It's all good.
It'll still be there.
So this article I came across, and we came across this article when we were talking about the three stars.
Yeah, why it's not 4.
Yeah. So this whole article is 19 things you didn't know about Malört.
I didn't know there was 19 things to know about Malört.
Apparently. Malört is Chicago born and bred, but it wasn't always that way. After the Marsal distillery, Malört's original production venue, shut down in the mid-70s, manufacturing relocated briefly to Kentucky before settling in Florida.
Oh, interesting.
The Windy City signature remained paradoxically a product of the Sunshine State until the Valiant CH distillery swooped in and purchased the brand in 2018.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, man.
Bring that shit back to Chicago.
Yeah, where it belongs. It's not actually made of gasoline.
Oh, well, you don't say.
So the only flavoring ingredient
is wormwood.
Good man. And Jepson more is wormwood, yeah. And wormwood is what's used in absinthe, as well.
Yeah.
And I know you have to be very careful with that because that's the wormwood getting fermented is what can provide, I guess, induce the
hallucinogenic properties. Yeah.
And is the reason why Van Gogh cut off his own ear.
Yeah, because he was all fucked up on absinthe and wormwood.
Yeah. And wormwood is a bitter herb known for its ability to kill stomach worms and other parasites.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good to note. They'll love the picture. The picture it's a box. It says move this and die. It's
like a case of Malört on it.
Yeah. It's also the main ingredient in absinthe, which we just discussed. A liquor known for its mythical psychedelic effects. However, Malört's brand of wormwood has an extremely low, what is that word?
Tojone
I don't
know.
The chemical compound that supposedly causes mind-bending effects.
Sick.
So the only trip you'll be making is the one journey to Bitterville.
It is pretty bitter.
Number 3, it shares a name with everyone's favorite nuclear meltdown destination.
Chernobyl?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yes. So Malört means wormwood in Swedish. The Russian translation of the word is Chernobyl.
Huh. I have
The
no
infamous nuclear power plant was named after the native wormwood fields that once grew there.
Huh.
You know, before the whole radiation thing.
idea. Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah. And the picture is...
It's a super soaker.
It's an old school super soaker
Yeah.
with
the
Malört bottle screwed into it.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Is it?
Yes.
Unless you get it in your eye.
Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't.
Gotta wear goggles.
Yeah. Safety protection, man.
Yeah. Safety first and third.
That's right.
Yeah. Malört is one of the few beverages Carl Jeppsson could taste. Swedish immigrant Carl Jeppsson arrived in Chicago in the 1930s, toting along his homemade spirit. Rumor has it that the cigar shop owner and avid smoker loved both selling and drinking Malört. Not only because it padded his pockets, but also because it's rumored to be the one thing in his tobacco-ravaged tongue could actually identify.
My God. I can't imagine smoking that much to be like, I can only taste this.
Yeah.
Woof.
Malört outsmarted Prohibition.
Oh,
and I
wow.
know there's a lot of companies that they did the whole, whiskey thing.
Yeah, rum runners and shit
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, like it was medicinal. So
Yeah.
cleverly labeled as medical alcohol, good old Jeppsson sold bottles of Malört, sold door to door throughout Prohibition. Thanks to the loophole, it was the only legal wormwood product sold in America for the full 96 years.
Wow.
All the way from 2012 to 2008.
1912.
Sorry, thank you. When the other wormwood products, namely absinthe, made a statewide comeback.
Interesting.
Because true absinthe was outlawed in the United States.
Well, you still can't really buy real absinthe.
True, it's got to be a different wormwood.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you can only get it in France, I think.
Yeah.
Like in Europe.
The logo's 3-star flag isn't a misprint, and this was what we were discussing previously. You might notice that the Chicago flag adorning the label only has 3 stars, and that's not because the designer was ripping shots of the product at the work. Yeah, shots of the product at work. He wasn't abiding while working.
Yeah.
In fact, Malört predates 1933's Century of Progress exposition, which inspired the flag's 4th and so far last star.
That's hilarious.
So, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So they're going with the original kind of old school
Yeah.
Chicago one, right? Sweden is ultimately responsible for the recipe. Malört's Viking fuel is made in the style of Basque Braven, a Scandinavian term for a liquor distilled from potatoes, grain, or wood, and translates to bitter distilled spirit in Swedish.
Thank you, Sweden.
Yes, thank you, Sweden. Malört came in quite handy during the pandemic.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, well, it just says, basically like...
Wait, which pandemic?
Well, true. 1917?
Yeah.
So, pun intended, moved to help their fellow Chicagoans during the first few chaotic weeks of the coronavirus outbreak.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The good folks of the CH Distillery began cranking out Malört-branded hand sanitizer and donating boatloads of the stuff to area hospitals, clinics, and blood donation centers. These days, you can pick up your very own two-fisted clean Sandy by the gallon or spray bottle at the distillery.
God, that was a trip, man.
There's a lot of distilleries that did
were
that.
Yeah. Because they,
Rieger did it.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I remember being down at scout camp, and I don't know where they got their hand sanitizer from, but it smelled like straight tequila.
That's funny.
Because we would, they would spray that, and it would just smell it. I'm just like, why does that smell like tequila?
It smells like I need a
So
lime.
it always smelled like kind of like the distillery you'd get it from.
Yeah.
So Rieger's had more of the bourbon smell.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
No, that was a weird time, man. I remember everyone's just like, yeah, we're shifting production now to make hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
I'm just that's fair. Makes sense.
And honestly, so I worked at part-time gig for Blade and Timber, the axe throwing place. And so Jay Rieger switched their production over to doing hand sanitizer. Well, because they have that train track that runs right next to them. they couldn't facilitate. They tried to do it like twice, and it just became this shit show. So like, you know, to do it, you could just drive through and pick up hand sanitizer straight from them, but then obviously the train kept causing problems. So then they had done a collaboration with Blade and Timber. So the Blade and Timbers had J. Rieger crafted cocktails.
Oh, cool.
And so then the owners of Blade and Timber, actually the parent company is called Swellspark, which is a local company as well.
I was going to say, is that like some mega chain, or is it
It's not.
Okay.
So they're based Kansas City brand. So like Swellspark owns Blade and Timber, Kansas City Breakout.
Oh, okay.
Sinkers Lounge.
Yeah.
They had some pop-up bar that they owned as well.
Yeah.
So all the Blade and Timbers are owned by this parent company. And then they had like a construction company that did like all of the work for those different places as well.
I wonder if they own any of those, what are they called? Like the rage rooms where you can go in and break
I
stuff,
actually suggested that to
That's a good idea.
one of the people, one of the higher ups at the time, because she was dating or engaged to the GM for the store I worked at. And so she'd come in pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And I came across the whole rage room thing. And I'm like, have you guys thought about this? Like, obviously there'd be a waiver thing, but like, you guys are more familiar with this, having the whole axe throwing thing.
Yeah.
She's like, that's a good idea. I'll look into it. And then pandemic hit, and I think it all just kind of
went to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were starting to work on the Sinkers Lounge aspect when COVID hit too. But Rieger and them collaborated, and so they became drop-off spots. So they had a place over in Leawood, and then they had the one in Power and Light, and they had, like, you could, like the Leawood one, you could go through, and because it was in the shopping center there, you could just drive through, and they would just like, hey, here's my receipt for 2 of them, and they would just say like, oh, hey, open up your door and put 2 in there, send them along.
Man, what a weird time that was.
Yeah. Number 9. It was once used to ease menstrual cramps.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta go, Malört.
I don't think any females would want to be like, yeah, I need that now.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s, women that worked at Chicago's Malsol distillery would often pull bottles off the production line and drink them when they had their period cramps. Guess you don't need a heating pad when you can just light your stomach on fire from the inside. Fair point. Malört is an integral part of the Chicago handshake.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Old style tall boy and a shot of Malört equals the immortal Chicago handshake.
Fuck yeah.
A Boilermaker capable of withstanding the lake effect.
Fuck yeah. I gotta try one of those sometime.
The Chicago handshake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Sounds like instant regret.
Sounds like heartburn.
I could just drink Fireball to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to drink Fireball.
I don't want to drink Fireball.
I want Malört. I want my barrel-aged Malört.
The fan slogans are priceless. Though Jeffson's is no longer the tiny mom and pop shop it once was, not too long ago, they only had 2 employees and 0 marketing dollars. The long tradition of relying on devoted fans to generate ad slogans is still a celebrated art form on social media. Here are a few gems from the archives. Malört, tonight's the night you fight your dad. Malört, the champagne of pain. Malört, turning taste buds into taste foes for generations.
Oh my God.
Drink Malört. It's easier than telling people you have nothing to live for. Malört, what soap washes his mouth out with? Let's see, Malört, these pinions aren't going to shit themselves. Malört, the authentic taste of social distancing.
Wow, that's a good one.
And Malört, pumpkin spice for sadists. Oh, man, that's
I got to get some Malört, man.
The company hired a guy they nearly sued.
Hey, what do you know?
So Malört had considered litigating against Sam Meshling for creating unauthorized Facebook and Twitter pages for the company without their consent. Instead, ownership decided it made more sense and was probably cheaper to hire him.
Yeah, I would say so.
First as the director of marketing, and then more recently as the brand's culture ambassador.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feel-good story if I've ever heard one.
The original label ended with what sounds like a witchy curse. The original back label describing Jepson's brand was capped off with, "The first shot is hard to swallow. Preserve. Make it past two shot glasses." That's weird.
That's got to be a typo, right?
I don't know. And with the third, could be ours forever.
That's creepy.
That is kind of creepy. Like, Malört, not just for shooting. Ambitious bartenders the city over have been experimenting with the prized bitter liquid for decades. A daring feat considering its incredibly potent flavor profile. It doesn't always work, of course, but when it does, it's revelation. Case in point, Chicago Sling from the Little Village Speakeasy standout, Osito's Tap, a festive mix of Malört, Koval Cranberry Gin, Luxador, Grand Marnier, pineapple juice, lime, and
bitters.
That
sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole bunch of stuff into one drink.
That's a lot.
I think that's the only reason why.
I feel like you could make because it's bitter. It's just bitter, which Campari is bitter. Vermouth is bitter. I feel like you can just kind of place it in. If you're making a cocktail that has either of those, like I'm sure it would make an okay Negroni. I might try it one time.
Yeah, I can see that. And then I'm thinking, going back to, at the brewery, like I would start mixing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just to try to not fix anything because there's nothing wrong with it, but like enhance flavors.
Yeah. Or to just be like, I'm tired of drinking just regular old Tippin'. Like, let's add the strawberry soda to it, which was really fucking good.
Uh-huh.
That was really good.
And like all of a sudden, like there was people, because I remember my brother couldn't stand Encore.
Yeah.
But as soon as I blended it with the cream soda, he's like, "This is fucking good."
Yeah.
And he's like, I want one of those.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. And so then like all of a sudden there's an upcharge.
Yep.
Says
making cocktails with Malört.
Yeah, but you can also track down there are Malört infused creations at
that's cool.
Similarly esteemed establishments.
Probably not in Kansas City.
Probably not, but like some of these bottles actually look kind of cool.
Yeah, those are really cool.
And I would imagine like in this area, like that would be a collector's type of thing.
Well, next time I go to Chicago, I'll come back with a case of different art infused Malört.
Yeah, there you go. And then we can do that'd be an interesting YouTube video, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure somebody's done it, but not the way we do it.
No. I'm not going to have 15 pumpkin spice beers.
Oh, jeez. Should we start saving up to do that again?
No, I don't want to ever do that again.
You're like, I'd rather do 15 espresso beers.
Yeah.
Or just nothing but like freaking lactose beers.
Oh,
yeah. Yep. The brand teamed up with lots of prime area breweries between multi-award-winning Indian outfit Three Floyds.
Oh, wow.
White Whale Worthy Malört Barrel Aged Dark Lord Anti-Hero Malört, a limited edition series distilled from Access Anti-Hero IPA from hometown powerhouse Revolution Brewing, and Lake Effect Brewing Company Perfectly Puckery Barrel Aged Malört Goza.
Interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because like I would almost think like with something like bitter like Malört, trying to find something that would nullify that bitterness.
Or enhance it with like a sourness, which you would get with a Goza. Sour and bitter, I feel like would work well with each other.
Yeah.
They don't mess around.
Yeah, I'll just kind of skim over these last couple. It says Carl Jepsen company doesn't mess around when it comes to trademarks. Malört, but make it a bourbon. Yeah, they've had a bourbon one too. And then apparently it's inspired a card game.
That's cool
too.
I gotta find that.
Yeah, that would be cool to see. And ice cream flavor.
I'd try it.
Yeah.
I saw this guy on Instagram who makes ice cream out of different like trees. So like he would collect like, needles from a fir or something and this, that, the other. So he made it with what's the nasty smelling pear trees that we have here that smell like, a butthole.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue. but he collected like the leaves from that, and he's like, yeah, that's about as bad as I was expecting it to be.
I can imagine hedge apple freaking ice cream or something like that.
Oh God.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. So we always called those crab apples.
Hedge apple, crab apples.
The big green things that look like a brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't play baseball with.
Yeah, definitely not.
No. Have I? Yes.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, 100%. They're dense.
Oh yeah. Don't play golf with them.
Yeah, they're dense.
All right. Well, that was definitely an interesting.
That was a Malört episode.
That was we didn't even have any Malört.
Damn.
That'd be a good video.
Yeah, we need more Malört.
Do we?
Yeah.
If anybody wants to contribute to our Malört
fund.
inventory, please do so.
Because I gotta get that barrel age or whatever it was.
Yeah. Well, and then the fact that they possibly have a bourbon too.
Yeah. We won't have that here.
What?
No, there's no way.
Cocktail hour?
I mean, no,
okay.
we won't have it.
Oh,
in
no, we
Kansas
won't find it
City.
here.
Yeah.
You would have to know somebody that can get it.
Yeah.
Because I bet.
We'd have to talk to the guys at Total Wine, see what they can do for us.
Possibly. Because I would imagine even Corey probably like, yeah, I can't help with that one.
I feel like Corey could find it.
Well, he probably could, yes. Yeah. But
would he? Probably not.
He'd be like,
he's like, those are way below my standards.
He is pretty picky, isn't he?
He's just got high standards.
He has high standards.
He just knows what's good.
And so, yeah, like apparently there is.
It's called the Chicago Handshake.
And that's what led to this article as well, is somebody did a beer
with Malört
called the Chicago Handshake.
I want to find it.
And it is still freaking 5.3%.
Bohemian Lager. Oh.
I don't even know who that's from. Oh, Broken Bat Brewing Company.
Huh.
So, yeah.
How do you make, like, where would that go in the brewing process? Like,
putting Malört into it?
Yeah. Like, would you want to boil off the alcohol? Would you put it in the boil? Would you put it during carbonation? You know? I guess you couldn't. I mean, you could, but it might be a bitch to figure out how to get the right amount of Malört into your...
Would you need to probably put the Malört in and then transfer everything else into it and then carb?
Well, I mean, yeah, because
Malört as itself is not carbonated, right?
No, but you would still need to like somehow sanitize your tank, purge it of oxygen with CO2, and then as like either you'd have to do it before you introduce beer, I'd imagine, but I'd imagine people just probably put it in the boil just to get the essence of the wormwood.
Yeah,
but still sounds
either that or they just do it like they're doing making Malört.
Yeah,
but then they just call it the
beer,
the handshake. Yeah. So like they're not actually even introducing Malört to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good question. Maybe we should track them down and ask them.
Yeah, see if they can send us a beer.
Oh yeah, a marinade.
Yeah,
some barbecue sauce.
Oh yeah, or like beer brats with the Chicago Handshake.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'd try it.
Yeah,
I'd try it
for sure. So we'll need 2 then.
Well, we need a case.
Oh yeah,
we need a case.
At least a 6-pack.
Yeah,
minimum. Might have to look into that.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Always. Now I just need a will to stop freaking being sick.
Being sick.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, stop being sick, Bryan.
I hate it. So anyway.
Well,
it's a good episode, except for me sounding hoarse the entire time.
Yeah, well, you know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So we do want to shout out all our supporters. Sorry we didn't get a special out in May. Sometimes getting an episode out each week can be a struggle.
Yeah, May was a tough month with me being gone for half of it.
Yeah, because then there was a couple of times where I'm like, oh shit, it's Thursday night. I got to get this episode processed. So and there's a couple I processed at like 1.5 speed.
Wow.
So it was our voices at a higher pitch the entire time. And I was just trying to write down freaking like little like hotline notes on stuff. And so eventually, we'll get better. And
we'll get some,
We haven't said this in a while. Always strive to do better, right?
No, I feel like we always say that.
Do we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like our sign off.
It is. I feel like we hadn't said it in a little bit.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So I did enjoy this
The Quittin time?
The Quittin
yeah,
time.
me
now.
too, man. It was a good beer.
What episode was this?
Oh, we didn't even say it, did we?
We never even said welcome to Poor Decisions.
We mentioned something.
We mentioned
Well,
something.
thanks for hanging out with Poor Decisions, guys.
Yes, this was episode 71.
Whoa.
So yeah, we're
Fucking getting there, man.
we're getting there. I think Nigel is at 130 something.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
We're catching up, Nigel. Nick, you better quit screwing around.
Yeah, I mean, they only do like one a month now, it seems like.
Yeah, it is a little interesting.
I think they're trying to focus.
Oh, they're
more
at
on
128.
I think they're trying to focus more on the video side of
The
it.
Vidya side.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean, I get.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. But
Oh, it's a kitty.
on that note, I'll before I start hacking up even more, because I go through phases where I'm good,
Yeah.
and then I'll go through phases where I'm
Just coughing.
I do a
incessantly.
lot of coughing. Yes.
Yeah.
Almost like I'm trying to get something out, but nothing will come out.
Heyo.
Heyo. Like dry heaving.
Ugh, God. Being sick sucks, man.
It really does. That's why I don't like it. Because like
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
I don't like
to
calling
anybody.
into work.
Yeah.
Because like I text my boss Sunday night.
I'd rather be at work, trust me.
Yeah, than be sick.
Yeah.
Which I think most people rather be working than be sick.
There's some people.
Some of this newer generation.
There are some people who don't have good work ethic, trust me.
Yeah, no, I believe it. So, on that note, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. And
Yep.
thank you again, everybody, for always liking and subscribing. Our numbers are doing very solid lately, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's pretty
Oh.
consistent.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got 214 downloads in the last 30 days.
God damn.
And then the last 90, we're at 493.
Wow.
So, no, definitely solid numbers. I know, like, if we ever hit that threshold of hitting 1,000 in a 30-day period, then
3-day period?
30-day period.
I was going to say, God damn.
Yeah. If we can hit 1,000 in a 30-day period, then we qualify for monetization stuff as well.
We're a fifth of the way there.
Yes, we are. And ideally, we've been doing it long enough now where I could possibly reach out to some potential sponsors and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
And throwing in some ads.
I'll do an ad read.
I'll definitely do an ad read. Hopefully, not when I'm sounding
like this.
sounding like death.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we're definitely moving on and always getting better.
Always trying to be better.
Always trying to be better.
Striving.
Trying to be gooder.
Trying to be more gooder.
Get gooder.
Get gooder now.
Gudder. All right. You going to shut us down, sir?
I'm going to...
Shut it down.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Peace out.